Hey everybody, it's Matt here. I changed my name. It's Matt Wanders now. So I'm gonna go with that because I want my channel more to be about different things. I love business, but I love other things. I love travel. I love Netflix. I love exercise. So I'm just going to talk about whatever the heck I want. I made more notes today, and today I'm going to talk with you about momentum in your life. So if you feel like a complete loser, this is the episode for you, because I'm going to tell you how not to feel that way. Maybe. I don't know. I had an awesome meeting yesterday with someone, and I want to tell you about that meeting because it is the perfect example of how productive people should meet. I had never met this person. It had to do with a possible real estate investment, and we sat down and it was going to be like a lunch meeting. And see, I hate meetings. For me, they're like time vampires, right? So I avoid them at all costs. When someone says we need to have a meeting, what I hear is, I want to waste your freaking time. So, but I wanted to meet this person because it could be a good investment opportunity maybe, and I had never met them in person, so I needed to just kind of get a feel for their personality and whether they were nuts or whatever. Anyway, it went awesome, and I'll tell you why. So it was going to be a lunch meeting, and we sat down, and I was kind of did the whole thing where I was like, can I buy you something here? It was at a coffee shop where they had food. And he said, well, if you're having something. I said, well, I probably won't have anything. And he said, I don't need anything too. And then the most awesome thing happened. We just sat at a table and there were 30 seconds of pleasantries. And then we got straight to talking about what we were going to talk about. And then I think it lasted like 10 minutes, maybe 15, because I asked him about his businesses and stuff. But most meetings like that, they would last for like hours, like an hour. Like you'd have to have lunch, you'd have to talk to the person. And I know 100%, I'm like, this is someone I can work with because this is another person who's busy, who values their time, and doesn't want to cut their day in half with this hour-long or 2-hour-long lunch meeting. I think that's such crap. So why am I telling you this? Well, what I found is most people who are actually successful, like business people, not always, but most of them tends to really value their time highly. And if they are going to have lunch with you or something, they're going to do it at least partially more as a social function. And even if they're going to go to like a retreat or something like that, they're going to do it partly as a social function. I don't know anyone who does meetings like that all day long, unless they're just in some sort of corporate role where they're basically just kind of BSing, who is actually that successful. So we're going to talk about how not to feel like a loser by valuing your time and your energy. So what this is about, it's about momentum. That's what I wrote down here, momentum. Hold on, I drink a coffee here. Speaking of momentum, I need the coffee because I've been going to the gym in the morning. I'm getting older and I'm realizing if I don't start taking care of myself, it's all going to go downhill from now. So I'm getting up, I'm going to the gym in the morning, and having that kind of morning ritual, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's journaling, whatever, is something that I've always done. And anyone who knows me knows I'm awful to be around in the morning. Even if I'm dating you, I'll just be like, I gotta just leave me alone because this first couple hours of my day, I'm so focused. And most people are, but they totally blow it. And so they'll just go have breakfast, drink coffee. Who does that? I mean, maybe you do that, but I found if you don't get that momentum going first thing in the day, the rest of your day is just going to be kind of half-assed. So I would suggest the first thing that you can do if you kind of feel lame, like you're just lazy all day, is start to value your time a little bit and start to learn where your energy is during the day. So for me, if I can get going in the morning, I just have this cool momentum all through the day. And I might, even when I get tired in the afternoon, I'm a little tired right now because I worked out. In fact, let me just have a little more coffee here. It's good coffee. Even if I'm tired in the afternoon, because I started my day off already by like conquering a goal, part of my brain's like, hey, you're doing really well. Like, just keep going. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes I totally screw up and then I just watch Netflix all evening. But usually the start of the day will kind of determine how the rest of my day goes. So the point is, you got to guard your time and guard your energy. If someone's trying to have a meeting with you, especially like a lunch meeting, and cut your day in half, or they're trying to like take up your morning, they are like an energy vampire. That person is trying to make you unsuccessful. And if someone wants to have a meeting with you, and it can be something that can be bullet points in an email, just tell them, write me an email. Like, you have to just kind of be a dick sometimes. Just like, put it in an email. I'll get to it. Put it in an email. I don't want to spend an hour talking to you. I don't want to go to a meeting. I don't want to have breakfast. And what's funny is like the emails get more done. Like, because you have that momentum, you're already working, you see the email, you get it done. If you go to the meeting and you're talking with someone, you're so effing tired after that meeting, you're like, oh, I had my breakfast, now I'm tired. It's time for like my afternoon nap. So it's completely counterproductive. Probably you know all this, but I'm just gonna, my handwriting's so messy. What did I write? Oh, meetings, lazy, working. Yeah, I guess that's it. You have to guard your time. You have to guard your energy. Pay attention to where your energy levels are during the day. So for me, the time to be social is in the evening. After everything's said and done, then I'll go be social. And even then, I'm like picky about how I'm going to use that. I'm not going to be social and go get drunk with someone so that the next day's a total screw up. I mean, that's a lie. Like, sometimes I will, but I try not to. So for me, it's the morning is the very focused, productive time where I'm doing lots of long-range activities, like watching my health, going to the gym, and it's also the time that's setting up the rest of the day. And then the middle of the day is spent on things that are like productive, long-range activities. Then the afternoon, the later afternoon, is spent just like focusing in and answering emails because I have that little last bit of willpower. And then the evening's either spent on a project or with social time, or like social time and a project, right? But that's how you should be dividing your time up. And I'm just noticing over and over again, people who are successful, this is how they think. They think of their day in blocks like this, and they don't let people interrupt them. So listen, I'm sorry if you tried to schedule a meeting with me recently and I blew you off. I'm sorry. I suck, I know, but I have certain things I want, and if I have a meeting with everyone who wants to have a meeting, I'll just spend my entire day like eating lunch, eating dinner. Listen, I don't even eat lunch, by the way. Like, if you're working, if you're eating lunch, that's the biggest sign. Like, you're just not going to be. Stop going to lunch. Use your lunch to like answer emails at least, or do something productive. Intermittent fast. Don't even eat. Just eat in the evening. I don't know. Do what you want. But that's my advice. Just guard your time. So yeah, this is Matt Wanders, where obviously like I just kind of like turn the camera on and wander about and talk about some things. I've got a couple things I want to talk about coming up. I'm going to talk about how you can be wealthy even if you're like on minimum wage. I'm going to talk about an interesting concept of how to think about your time, think about your life in terms of how much time is left, and like kind of thinking in reverse. And we'll talk all about compounding interest and investment and stuff like that. But today I just wanted to talk about keeping that motivation, keeping that momentum by guarding your time. And then I will talk a little bit at some point about some future travels. And if you like to hear me talk, awesome. If you don't like to hear me talk, I am totally not offended if you just go somewhere else. But if you like to hear me go on about whatever kind of interests me at the time, please like and subscribe to this if you're watching on YouTube, because it makes me feel good. If you subscribe, I just feel good when you do that. And if you're listening on iTunes or some other podcast, just subscribe, because it makes me feel good to have friends. And I don't know what my website is now because I just changed my name. So I'll find another website. Don't worry. But for now, like and subscribe. push that bell icon on YouTube, and you'll get some updates. And yeah, bye everybody. I guess I'm going to see you next time.